Good day everyone. My name is Jasmine KIRAM and my presentation talks about art as a product of imagination, imagination as a product of art, and art as expression. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to differentiate art from nature, characterize artistic expression based on personal experiences with art, discuss the nature of art's preliminary expression, and categorize works of art by citing personal experiences. So, where do you think famous writers, painters, and musicians get their ideas? Where do ideas in making creative solutions begin? It all starts in human mind. It all begins with imagination. When we say imagination, it is the ability to create mental images and ideas of something that is not physically present. It is the ability to form new connections between existing ideas and to think of new ideas and different ways of looking at the world. It is a key element in creativity, problem solving, and innovation. Why do you think it is a product of art? It's because imagination as a product of art is the ability to create something new or to think of something that has not been done before. It is the use of creativity and imagination to create something that is unique and original. It is the ability to think outside the box and come up with something that is truly unique and inspiring. It is also the ability to capture an emotion or idea in an artistic way. Okay, so according to the German physicist Albert Einstein, who had made significant and major contributions in science and humanity, demonstrated that knowledge is actually derived from imagination. He emphasized this idea through his words, "Imagination is more important than knowledge. For knowledge is limited to all we now know and understand, while imagination embraces the entire world and all there ever will be to know and understand." So, sinasabi rito na para sa kanya ay mas mahalaga daw ang imagination kesa sa knowledge. Kasi ang knowledge daw ay limitado lang o limited, samantalang ang imagination ay mas malawak, sabi nga niya, while imagination embraces the entire world. In an artist's mind sits a vast gallery of artworks. An artwork does not need to be a real thing, but can be something that is imaginary, according to Collingwood 1938. Take for example, a musician who thinks of a tune in his head. The making of this tune in his head makes it an imaginary tune, an imaginative creation, an imaginary art. It remains imaginary until he hums, sings, or writes down the notes of the tune on paper. However, something imaginary does not necessarily mean it cannot be called art. Artists use their imagination that gives birth to reality through creation. So meaning, kapag nasa imagination mo pa lang yung idea, is hindi siya totoo. Kasi nga, nasa utak mo pa lang siya, which makes it an imaginative creation or an imaginative art. Unless, isinagawa mo na siya, saka lang siya magiging totoo. As I've stated earlier, a perfect example is a musician who thinks of a tune in his head. It remains imaginary until he hums, sings, or writes down the notes of the tune on paper. In the same way that imagination produces art, art also inspires imagination. Imagine being in an empty room surrounded by blank white walls and floor. Would you be inspired to work in such a place? Diba hindi? Often we will find coffee shops, restaurants, and libraries with paintings hung or sculptures and other pieces of art placed around the room to add beauty to the surroundings. Because part of the functions of art are inspiration, art can be used to inspire people to create and think outside the box. For example, a painting may inspire a poet to write a poem. Second is stimulation of the imagination. Art can be used to stimulate the imagination and creativity. For example, a painting may inspire a person to think of a new idea. See? How can you make your imagination grow wider if you are trapped inside a blank room? That's how art is a product of imagination. Now let's move on to art as expression. There may have been times when you felt something is going on within you. You try to explain it, but you do not know how. You may only be conscious about feeling this sort of excitement, fear, or agitation. But you know that just one word is not enough to describe the nature of what you truly feel. Finally, you try to release yourself from this tormenting and disabling state by doing something which is called expressing oneself according to Collingwood 1938. Suppose this feeling is excitement. It is frustrating to contain such feelings, so you relieve it by expressing through shouting or leaping in excitement. An emotion will remain unknown to a man until he expresses it. So, Robin George Collingwood, an English philosopher who is best known for his work in aesthetics, explicated in his publication The Principles of Art in 1938 that what an artist does to an emotion is not to induce it but express it. Through expression, he is able to explore his own emotions and at the same time create something beautiful out of them. So, in a simple word, art helps us express our feelings and emotion in many forms such as paintings, music, dancing, singing, and many more. And that's the end of my topic. I hope you learned something from me. Bye!